As men and women gracefully move beyond their 60s, a quiet shift often begins to take place in the way intimacy is experienced, perceived, and desired, not because the need for connection disappears, but because the body, with all its wisdom and wear, begins communicating its needs in subtler, more sensitive ways. And many individuals who have shared decades with a partner or are rediscovering themselves after years of routine begin to notice that the spontaneous sparks of physical closeness may not ignite quite as quickly as they used to, which isn't a sign of failure or dysfunction, but rather an invitation to approach intimacy with more intention, more presence, and more care. And in the search for renewed passion, comfort, and connection, one of the most overlooked yet profoundly transformative practices is the use of natural oils for massage, particularly focused in the most private and tender areas of the body where circulation, sensation, and emotional trust converge. In the practice of gentle self-massage or partnered massage using oils specifically chosen for their therapeutic, lubricating, and sensual properties can awaken dormant pleasure pathways, reduce discomfort, soothe tension, and stimulate blood flow, all of which contribute to improved intimacy, stronger connection, and a renewed sense of vitality. And for those over 60, the value of this simple ritual cannot be overstated, because as estrogen and testosterone levels decline, the tissues surrounding the genitals may become thinner, drier, or more sensitive, leading to discomfort during intimacy and, over time, avoidance of closeness altogether, not out of lack of love or desire, but out of fear of pain, embarrassment, or inadequacy. And this is where oils become much more than moisturizers. They become tools of healing, of communication, of reconnection, allowing couples or individuals to slow down and reintroduce themselves to each other's bodies without expectation or pressure, creating a sensory experience that is gentle, nourishing, and completely free from the goal-oriented, rushed culture that often dominates earlier stages of sexuality. And before exploring the specific oils, it's crucial to understand the difference between regular body oils or lotions and oils that are truly safe and beneficial for genital massage, because the skin in these areas is far more absorbent and reactive, meaning that artificial fragrances, parabens, preservatives, or petroleum-based ingredients can not only irritate but disrupt natural pH levels or cause long-term dryness and imbalance, especially in older adults whose skin barrier is already more vulnerable. So the oils best suited for this type of intimate massage are organic, cold-pressed, and as close to their natural state as possible, free of additives, light in texture, rich in antioxidants, and packed with fatty acids that restore hydration, elasticity, and smoothness to delicate tissues, and when applied in a calm, unhurried way, ideally after a warm bath or shower when the skin is supple and the body relaxed. They don't just lubricate, but deeply nourish, and the act of applying them slowly with mindful touch, either alone or with a partner, builds trust, stimulates nerves that may have gone quiet, and tells the nervous system that it's safe to soften, to open, to receive pleasure again. And this message is vital, because with age comes not only physical change, but emotional walls built from past disappointments, shame, or even trauma. And massage, when guided by respect and tenderness, can dissolve those walls gently, returning intimacy to its rightful place as a source of comfort, joy, and connection. And in the next segment, we will delve into 3 of the most powerful natural oils you can use for this kind of massage, exploring how each one uniquely supports blood flow, hormone balance, skin elasticity, and overall sensual pleasure, and how to incorporate them into a weekly or daily ritual that doesn't just enhance physical intimacy, but transforms it into a sacred act of self-love and mutual respect that revitalizes the spirit as much as the body. Now that we've laid the emotional and physiological foundation for why oil massage is such a powerful and transformative tool for intimacy after 60, let's gently transition into the heart of this journey by exploring the first of the three natural oils that have earned the trust of both ancient healing traditions and modern scientific research. Starting with coconut oil, which has long been revered in traditional medicine, especially in Ayurvedic and tropical cultures, not just as a cooking oil or skin moisturizer, but as a deeply penetrating antimicrobial and skin-softening elixir that brings warmth, glide, and comfort to intimate massage. And for older adults, its benefits become even more pronounced because coconut oil contains medium-chain fatty acids, especially lauric acid, which not only hydrate but also soothe inflamed or irritated skin, making it an ideal companion for those experiencing dryness or sensitivity in their most delicate areas. And because it solidifies at room temperature and melts at body heat, it creates a slow, sensual application process that invites the giver and receiver into a shared moment of slowness and presence. And it can be used safely both externally and around the outer genital areas without risk of pH disruption, making it a favorite among couples rediscovering intimacy without the pressure of performance. And because it's naturally antibacterial and antifungal, it helps reduce the likelihood of infections or irritations, which can become more common as skin thins with age. And yet its greatest gift may be how it encourages deeper touch, longer strokes, and a sense of warmth and connection that is so essential for arousal in mature relationships, especially when hormonal shifts may reduce spontaneous desire and require more prolonged and tender stimulation to awaken sensation. And for women, coconut oil can gently soften the outer labia, reduce discomfort during physical closeness, and rehydrate skin that may feel tight or dry. While for men, massaging coconut oil around the base of the penis, scrotum, and lower abdomen can stimulate nerve endings, improve blood flow, and gently support erectile response without the need for medications or mechanical aids, especially when combined with deep breathing and conscious touch. And this leads us to the second powerhouse oil, sweet almond oil, which is lighter in texture than coconut oil and absorbs more quickly, making it ideal for individuals who prefer a less greasy residue or want to integrate massage into their morning or evening routine without requiring a long cleanup process. And almond oil is rich in vitamin E, a skin-repairing antioxidant that improves elasticity and helps restore youthful texture to aging skin, while also providing just enough glide for a sensual massage that stimulates circulation, reduces friction, and promotes emotional relaxation. And this is especially helpful for individuals who carry tension in their pelvic region due to stress, surgery, or prolonged periods of sitting, as sweet almond oil can serve as the medium for a deeply therapeutic massage that not only enhances arousal, but also improves pelvic alignment, releases facial tightness, and encourages lymphatic drainage, which together help reduce swelling, discomfort, and stagnation that may interfere with both urination and sexual pleasure. And the gentle aroma of sweet almond oil adds to the experience, subtly calming the mind and creating a sense of emotional safety that is vital for people who may feel disconnected from their sensual self due to past trauma, grief, or cultural conditioning. And its hypoallergenic nature makes it suitable for most skin types, although a patch test is always recommended. And when used in a warm, quiet setting, perhaps after a shared bath or while lying side by side in bed, it can become a wordless form of communication that rebuilds trust, affection, and playfulness in relationships where sexual frequency has declined, but emotional intimacy still craves physical expression. And what's most remarkable is that the act of massaging with oils like coconut and almond, especially when done consistently over time, send a powerful message to the nervous system. That pleasure, closeness, and sensual delight are not reserved for the young, but are lifelong birthrights that can be cultivated, rekindled, and celebrated at any age. And in the next part, we will explore the third and perhaps most therapeutically potent natural oil for intimate massage, argan oil, along with techniques for combining these oils, enhancing sensation through breath and movement, and building a routine that supports not only your intimacy, but your overall pelvic health and emotional wellness as you age with grace, openness, and vibrant sensual energy. Now that you've learned about the foundational benefits of coconut oil and sweet almond oil, and how they offer more than just lubrication, they provide a gateway to awakening comfort, blood flow, sensitivity, and connection. We now ease into the third and equally powerful oil that has earned its rightful place in the world of intimate wellness for those over 60, and that is none other than argan oil, which might not be as commonly discussed as the others in Western intimate routines, but is revered in Moroccan healing traditions for its extraordinary ability to restore, heal, and rejuvenate the skin at a cellular level. And when it comes to mature or aging skin, especially around areas as delicate as the genitals, inner thighs, or perineum, argan oil becomes a deeply supportive ally, not just for surface-level hydration, but for total skin barrier repair, because it's rich in squalene, tocopherols, sterols, and linoleic acid, which all work together to increase moisture retention, fight free radicals, and enhance collagen flexibility. Three things that slowly begin to decline with age, particularly in areas of the body that are less exposed to sunlight, but more susceptible to hormonal shifts, decreased circulation, and general atrophy from disuse or hesitancy. And it's important to note that many men and women past the age of 60 often feel a quiet discomfort they don't talk about, not just in function, but in sensation, as if the genitals themselves have gone numb or distant, no longer as responsive, no longer sending the same signals of pleasure or need, and that perceived loss of sensitivity, which is not always due to nerve damage, but often due to disuse, dryness, lack of circulation, or shallow breathing, can slowly create a sense of disconnection from the body and from intimacy. And this is where argan oil offers something profoundly regenerative. Not only does it absorb quickly without being too oily, but it works beneath the skin to reawaken dormant tissues and nerves, especially when applied slowly, mindfully, with a breath-centered approach that emphasizes exploration rather than performance. And one of the most beautiful things about using argan oil in this context is that it allows you to bring ritual back into your relationship with your body, where instead of a quick, functional routine, you begin to enter into a longer, more attentive process of touching, massaging, breathing, and reuniting with sensations that may have been dulled or hidden beneath years of stress, grief, or shame. And this is where true healing begins. Not just physical, but emotional, because our intimate areas store stories and experiences. And when they're touched with gentleness, safety, and love, they begin to let go. They begin to open again. And so a massage with argan oil becomes an invitation to feel more, not just sexually, but sensorially, to allow tingling, warmth, blood flow, and emotional softness to rise without fear of judgment or outcome. And for men, applying argan oil from the lower abdomen downward, including the shaft, scrotum, and inner thighs, not only rehydrates, but helps break up facial tension, the same tension that can restrict erections, movement, or emotional release. While for women, massaging the outer labia, mons pubis, and lower belly can bring not just lubrication, but a flood of emotional safety and awakened pleasure where previously there might have been numbness or self-consciousness. and you don't have to do this alone. If you're in a relationship, this becomes a beautiful act of shared trust, where one partner offers this gift to the other with no goal, no pressure, just the intention of saying, "You're worthy of care, of pleasure, of comfort," and whether this leads to intercourse or not is irrelevant. The purpose is to return the body to a state of responsiveness and presence. And in time, many report that not only does intimacy become more comfortable and pleasurable, but the frequency and confidence with which they approach it increases, because the relationship with one's body is no longer adversarial or full of fear, but instead full of understanding and respect. And when used alongside the other two oils in rotation or based on mood, temperature, or skin condition, argan oil completes a trio of sensual tools that are as nourishing as they are transformative. In the final part of this video, we will explore how to bring these oils into a practical routine, whether alone or with a partner, with step-by-step guidance on how to create an at-home intimate massage ritual that fits your energy, your comfort level, and your physical needs, including how to blend the oils, prepare your space, and use simple breathing and mindfulness to enhance arousal, relaxation, and connection. Because when we end this journey together, it won't just be about the oils or the massage, but about the rediscovery of a part of you that never left, only waited to be invited back into the warmth of touch, closeness, and loving attention. Now that we've explored the deeply nourishing qualities of coconut oil, the restorative grace of sweet almond oil, and the rejuvenating brilliance of argan oil, it's time to bring all of these natural wonders together into a real-world practice that you can begin embracing today, no matter where you are on your journey of intimacy, healing, and self-reconnection. Because the truth is, it's not just about choosing the right oil. It's about slowing down enough to give yourself permission to feel again, to touch again, to trust again, and to reclaim this beautiful, sensual relationship with your own body and with the possibility of closeness. And whether you're someone rediscovering self-pleasure in a quiet home, or someone gently reopening physical connection with a partner after months or even years of emotional distance or physical discomfort, the very first and most important step is to create a space that feels safe, calm, and free of distractions, where you can be fully present in the moment without fear, shame, or the pressure to perform. And this could be a bedroom lit softly with natural light or candles, a quiet bath area with towels and soft music, or simply a part of your day where you know no one will interrupt and you can close your eyes and breathe deeply. And once you've chosen the oil that calls to you, perhaps coconut for warmth and moisture, almond for lightness and ease, or argan for deep skin restoration, you can begin by gently warming a small amount between your hands, letting the texture awaken your sense of touch before bringing it toward the more private areas of your body. And the key here is to think of the massage not as a means to an end, but as the entire journey itself, an act of devotion, a reconnection with your physical presence that too often in older years is overshadowed by pain, medications, worries, or grief. So whether you're touching yourself or receiving touch from a partner, let the motion be slow, circular, intentional, pausing in places that need more care, perhaps beginning around the lower abdomen or upper thighs, then gradually including the perineum, the outer genitals, and for those who feel ready and comfortable, deeper areas that may have been untouched for a long time, because it's in these forgotten spaces where emotion often hides, and when touch returns with warmth and respect, those emotions are allowed to breathe again. And as you massage, inhale deeply, letting the scent of the oil and the rhythm of your breath guide your hands or your partner's hands, creating a loop between sensation and presence. And remember, this is not a performance. It's not a race to climax, and it's not a test of what your body can or cannot do. It is simply a ritual of attention, a gift of presence, a form of self-love that opens the door to deeper intimacy, better sleep, improved blood flow, stronger skin health, and a more emotionally grounded sense of connection to your sensual self. And 4. Couples, consider setting aside time for this practice even once a week, not necessarily as a prelude to intercourse, but as its own form of bonding, because when a partner is seen, touched, and accepted without pressure, the body often softens and opens naturally, letting go of old fears or awkwardness and inviting trust and desire to return slowly but fully. And for those living alone or single after divorce or loss, know that this massage practice is not second best or a placeholder for another person. It is a sacred act of honoring yourself, of maintaining your vitality, and of remembering that your capacity for pleasure, connection, and joy does not expire with age. And in fact, many individuals report deeper, more satisfying intimacy after 60 because they're no longer driven by external expectations, but by an inner sense of peace, awareness, and emotional clarity. And as you continue this journey, be patient with yourself. Some days you may feel open and emotionally connected, while others you may feel tired or disconnected. And that's okay, because healing and reconnection come not from doing it perfectly, but from doing it with love and consistency. And over time, as your skin softens, your breath deepens, and your mind quiets, you may find that this simple ritual of oil massage becomes not just a part of your intimate routine, but a cornerstone of your overall well-being, calming the nervous system, improving circulation, lifting mood, and even reducing symptoms of anxiety, depression, or physical tension. And so whether you begin with 5 minutes of self-touch before bed or invite your partner to join in creating a shared sacred space of touch, know that every drop of oil, every moment of breath, and every stroke of your hands is reminding your body that it is still worthy, still capable, and still alive with possibility. And as you close this video, let these words stay with you. Aging is not the end of sensuality. It is the deepening of it, the refinement of it, and the return to it with wisdom and grace. And your body, regardless of age, responds to kindness, to intention, to touch, and to love. So keep exploring, keep touching, keep feeling, because your sensual self never left. It only needed your attention to awaken again.